Hello students, lecture 85. In this lecture we will discuss civics chapter political parties, and we'll take further two questions. So first question of this lecture is, what are the functions of a political party? Explain each. So for functions of political parties, we will divide this question in three parts. In first part we'll discuss general functions. In second part we'll discuss the functions of the ruling party, the parties which won elections and after winning elections make government. And third, the parties which lose elections and they play the role of opposition. So these are the three areas in which we will divide political parties' functions. And then second question of this lecture will be, how many parties should we have? One party, two party, or multi-party democracy. So we will discuss about all these three types of political party based democracies, their pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages. So first question of this lecture is, that is the functions of a political parties, general functions. All political parties tend to contest elections. In most democracies, elections are contested among the candidates put up by political parties. Parties choose their candidate in different ways. In some countries like America, members and supporters of a party choose their candidate, and most of the democracies follow this method. But in India, it is entirely different. In India, candidates are selected or chosen by the top party leaders for contesting elections. Second general function of political parties, parties make policies and programs for their party, not for these policies and programs for their party to contest elections. Parties make policies and programs and voters choose from them. These policies and programs are focused on the voters, on their requirement, on the developmental aspects of their area. So each of us may have different opinion and views on what policies are suitable for us or for the society. But since no democratic government till today can handle or could handle such a large variety of views, in a democracy, a large number of similar opinions have to be grouped together to provide a direction in which policies have to be formulated by the government after elections. So these are the general functions, that parties contest elections, heading, and parties make policies and programs. Then comes the functions of the ruling party. Elections are held, result is declared. Some parties have won the elections, some parties have lost the elections. So now the functions of ruling parties, one, two, or whatever may be, nowadays it is a coalition or alliance system. So more than one parties are ruling the country. So ruling parties make laws. Parties who win elections play an important role in making laws for the country. Formally, laws are debated and passed in the legislature. But since most of the members belong to single party, so they go by the direction of the party head or the party leader. Second point, parties form and run the government. Parties form government and run the government or the country. Big policy decisions are taken by political executives. Political executives are the leaders. That comes from the political parties. Parties recruit leaders, they train them, they make them perfect so that they can rule perfectly and try to satisfy the needs and expectations of the voters and the country, and make them ministers to run the government as per constitutional parameters. In book, one line is written that ministers run the government as they want. No, it is not. No minister can run the country or the government as she or he wants. Government or the country must be run as per constitutional parameters. Third function, parties provide people access to government machinery and welfare schemes. This is very important function of the ruling parties. For ordinary citizen, it is easy to meet a local party leader than a government officer. That is why they feel close to their political parties. For common man, a political party means the government. They hardly make a difference between government and a political party. If you go to any village and you ask a common man in a village about political party, about the government, so they will name simply the political party they know or they support. So parties must be responsive to people's need and demands. Otherwise, people will reject those parties in next elections. So these are the functions of ruling parties, that parties form and run the government. Parties make rules, regulations and laws for the country, and parties form or make the government machinery accessible to the common man. Now the functions of the opposition party, role of opposition party. In democracies, it is believed that opposition party plays a very important role in keeping the ruling parties alert. And if opposition is weak, then definitely the ruling parties sometimes may go for some kind of biasness. So opposition must also be very strong. So they opposition party raise their voice against wrong policies and programs launched by the government and so on. Then opposition parties shape public opinion. They highlight those issues, those parameters which were promised by the political parties before elections, and if they fail to fulfill them, then in that case they can be denied. The political parties can be denied in next elections. So that is what is the functions of political parties. Next question is, how many parties should we have? Give some suggestions on the different democracies on the basis of political parties. Basically, democratic parties are based on one party system, two party system and multi-party system. One party democracy, China is one party democracy. So, but for India, where a large diversity is there, lingual diversity, regional diversity, cultural diversity, caste-based diversity. So, one party cannot accommodate such a large diversity. So, one party system is not good for India. Then two party in the world, only China is one party democracy. Two party democracy. Some countries like America and Britain are two party democracy. So two party democracy is also not such a successful opinion of true democracy, because two parties alternately keep on exchanging powers, and then that is choice, useful choice, fruitful choice to the voters is not exercised. So USA and UK are working with two political parties, and their ideology is almost very narrow. Whatever ideologies they work on, they is also very narrow. Then it comes India, that is multi-party system. For a country like India, multi-party system is really the good option. Multi-party system provide real meaning or meaningful choice to the voters. They accommodate all regional and cultural diversity. They represent all lingual or caste based or religion based diversity. In India, almost 750 political parties are registered with the Election Commission, and they also tend to share power, since when multi-party system started growing in India after 1990, then a one party rule changed to coalition or alliance system. So multi-party system, other examples of multi-party democracies are India, Belgium, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. And but there are drawbacks of multi-party system also economically. In economic field, their ideologies are also very narrow. In economic field, they do not have much diverse policies or opinion. Although, and that is economic burden on the country is also very large. So this is how the one party China, two party America and Britain, and multi party India, Belgium, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan as well are the democratic. That is the real meaning of democracy lies in multi party democracy. Thank you very much. Keep on reading, keep on watching, and keep on understanding.